Topic: Personal growth. Subtopics: First, meaning of personal growth. Second, concepts related to personal growth. Third, nature and scope of personal growth. Meaning of personal growth. What does personal growth mean to you? Is it some type of process or cure that will make you a better person? Is it a journey that in the end will give you happiness and fulfillment? Or perhaps it's a destination that when you arrive, all your desires, wants and needs will be waiting for you. The essence of personal growth is not personal at all, nor does it require any growth on your part physically, mentally, emotionally or spiritually. There is no adding to with personal growth. There are no course requirements or educational courses, no certificates and no degrees. The true nature of personal growth is really quite impersonal. The experience is the same for you as it is for us. No matter your background, who you are, where you come from, titles you hold, the possessions you call mine, all of this is irrelevant. Personal growth is not about becoming better. It is about recognizing who you already are and letting go of everyone and everything that you identify with as being part of the person you call me. To experience personal growth is to experience a diminishing or lessening of identifying with your past. You call that my story. Personal growth is about letting go of your story. Now you will ask, who am I without my story? Great question. To truly experience the essence of personal growth, it is necessary to know the answer to that one single question. Imagine yourself living life without your story. No more sad endings. No more unhappiness. No more conflict. Without a story, there is no past and no future. There is only now. You give up being a victim. You stop victimizing others. You live from one moment to the next as who you truly are, a spiritual being enjoying your human experience. Spirit is our essential nature. When you understand this, and we mean really get it, within every fiber of your being, you are living life authentically. To live life authentically simply means to be real. Who you really are is not the roles you play. Personal growth is about coming to that realization. Who you are is not your name, your appearance, your possessions. Personal growth is about awakening to who you always have been and always will be. Through awareness, you begin to understand that who you think and believe you are is part of human conditioning. Over time, you may have become convinced that you are defined by and dependent upon all things physical, people, possessions, experiences, events and situations. Personal growth is a diminishing of who you think you are and an arising of becoming consciously aware of your essential, changeless nature, which is unconditional love. Now you know what personal growth is and is not. From this vantage point, we would like to give you some hands-on tips to assist you to live your life through your essential, changeless nature of unconditional love. How do you learn personal growth? There are many books, articles, workshops, and coaches teaching personal growth. If you find this topic interesting and something you want to do, you can find all the information you need by searching for it on the internet. Personal growth can help you in all areas of your life. It can help you at work. It can change your attitude toward work, and therefore open new opportunities for advancement. Personal growth can help in growing emotionally and mentally and becoming a more considerate, loving and positive person. It can also help you see your mistakes and negative habits, and lead you to correcting and changing them. There are many techniques for personal growth, such as creative visualization, repeating affirmations, developing a positive mindset, and meditation. Personal growth also involves counseling, coaching, and reading. A very simple and useful method for personal growth is to look at your behavior and your life with an open and unbiased mind. This will show you what changes you need to make in yourself and in your life. Looking at how people behave and act can also help you. In this way, you can recognize positive and negative traits of character and become aware whether you possess or lack them, and in this way, learn what you need to improve in you. People are different from one another, and what works for one might not work for another. This means that you must explore the various techniques and ways for personal growth to find what is suitable for you. Ways to continuously achieve personal growth. First, grow at your own pace at something you're passionate about. Along with the rise of smartphones, social media platforms have been a staple in our daily lives. Stories of success, while inspiring at times, when served in a disproportionately higher frequency than stories about the ongoing hardship of climbing to the job, can leave even the better of us feeling rather inadequate. Sooner or later, you tend to compare yourself and start to question your current life's path. But the thing is, every journey is not the same for everyone. As cliché as it may sound, you need to stop comparing and start appreciating your individual journey. Chart out a path that aligns with your personal values and needs. To begin, think of your interests and passions. Try to recall your childhood memories. What did you love to do as a child? Bill Gates once said that you're likely to excel at something that you were obsessed with when you were 12 to 18 years old. 2. If nothing stands out, then think of what sparks joy in your life now. What are the things you could talk about for hours? For example, if you have been watching foreign movies for a while, maybe it is time to learn the language. Imagine how rewarding it will be when you are finally able to sit through a movie and ditch the subtitles. Once you have found your passion, you must be patient. Remember that it is okay to take it slow and not rush the process. It may seem to you that everyone else except you is moving forward at the speed of light. That's probably just a mere illusion. Even if it is true, do not feel demotivated and be brave to grow at your own pace. Second, make use of curiosity to cultivate soft skills. Soft skills are just as important as hard skills. In fact, you need to cultivate soft skills not only to shine at your workplace, but also to become a better human being. Let us consider empathy, for example, which is considered one of the most important soft skills to have at the workplace and in life. Empathy is commonly associated with having similar past experiences. Award-winning graphic novelist Jean Luen Yang agrees that empathy for others can come from having experienced something similar. 3. But how do we empathize even with the lack of experience? The answer is to be curious of everything. The next time that someone tells you that they can no longer cope with something, before you formulate your response, be curious and put yourself in their situation. Suppose that you are a breadwinner husband and wonder why your stay-at-home wife whines so much about how tired she is at the end of the day. Perhaps you can volunteer to substitute her role during the weekend. You'd be surprised at how your view may dramatically change. Being curious does not only cultivate your empathy but also enhance your decision-making skills while at the same time pave the way for your own personal growth. Third, Kaizen approach. Aim for 1% progress, not perfection. Personal growth is a lifelong process. Sure, being a perfectionist to a certain extent may have its place, but overdoing it and you may risk doing a disservice to yourself and the people around you, as in the case of the creative genius, Steve Jobs. 4. If you are plagued with striving for perfectionism, it is better to shift your focus on the progress that you've made rather than perfection, in order to avoid feeling discouraged. In fact, perfectionism can have serious adverse effects on your mental health. To give you an idea, pretend that you are into arts and decide to try calligraphy. You'd realize that it is so much harder than it looks once you pick up the pen. Suddenly, Your goal of achieving the mastery level that you'd once dreamed of seems too daunting of a task, and you may be tempted to throw in the towel. First of all, do a reality check. Accept that you won't become a calligraphy expert overnight. However, your skills will slowly improve if you keep practicing every day. Change your mindset of aiming to be 1% better than yesterday, which is known as the Kaizen approach. To summarize this point, stop beating yourself up when progress seems slow. Focus instead on achieving at least a 1% progress every day. Small but ongoing positive changes will get you there eventually. Fourth, start a journal and track daily habits. Now come the question, how to know that you are progressing? The answer is simple. Document everything, whether in actual or electronic journal. What gets measured gets done. Routine measurement and documentation help you identify the gaps that are holding you back from achieving goals. For example, you can plot a line graph to track your weight as well as your calorie consumption and physical activities for the day, so as to get a better clarity of what works for and against your fitness goal. You can also use your journal to develop or break a habit. New study found that it requires a minimum of 66 consecutive days of doing something to develop it as a habit, an act that comes naturally to you without involving any willpower. The simplest habit tracker is in the form of a table, where you list down all of the activities that you want to track on the left side column and have the days of the week in the following columns. Remember to be specific when listing the activity. For example, drink 2 liters of water is better than drink water. Fifth, boost happy neurotransmitters. As you progress ahead in your quest for personal growth, don't forget to celebrate the small victory along the way by treating yourself to something nice. It does not have to be extravagant. Whether it is indulging your favorite ice cream, having a picnic by the lake, or buying stuff from your wish list, go ahead and reward yourself without any guilt. These small celebrations can boost neurotransmitters, serotonin and dopamine, that make you happy. Serotonin works by improving your overall mood, while dopamine works as a motivator that pushes you to achieve your goals, so that you can delight in the reward later. Make these two neurotransmitters work to your advantage. It is important to always be proud of how far you've come along. After all, Rome was not built in a day, and there is no such thing as an overnight success. 6. Get the social support you need. You've probably heard the saying that you are the average of 5 people you spend the most time with. A scientific research has disproved that theory. You are actually the average of all the people you surround yourself with. The people around you play a big role in your journey to achieve continuous personal growth, as they directly and subconsciously affect your attitudes and emotions. People who radiate positive vibes can offer you multiple kinds of benefits. Apart from the social support that pushes you to be better, their positivity can also rub off of you. But what to do if the people that are currently in your life do not share the values that you hold and aspire to? You can join online groups or find local communities. Both are easily found through a quick Google search. Make use of these platforms to exchange knowledge and opinions, to boost motivation, or to just bask in their positivity. Make it a point to cut out toxic friends and surround yourself with the ones that share your small victories. Sometimes, knowing someone is rooting for your success can be a good enough reason to persevere. A social support will catalyze your growth and make your journey a little bit easier. 7. Find happiness in the little things. Science has proven that attitude of gratitude is just as important as other moral values. But it can be difficult to appreciate the good things that happen in your life when you are having a tough time. As you bury yourself in negative thoughts, it becomes nearly impossible to move forward. Writing one line of gratitude per day trains you to find happiness in the little things, even if it seems like nothing good is happening now. Whether it is the good traffic and weather, a compliment from your boss, a delicious lunch, or affection from your cats, the small happenings that you tend to miss out are worth to be thankful for. Besides that, you can start by saying thank you to others more often. Who knows what miracles you can bring to their lives? After all, we are all interconnected in some ways. Expressing gratitude helps you to feel good about yourself and your life. And when you feel good, you'll be more driven to continue growing as a person. 8. Emphasize on self-care. You may have been misled to believe that self-care is about pampering yourself, for instance, splurging on a new handbag or that expensive spa treatment after a job well done. Newsflash, you may have gotten self-care wrong. Self-care is about being disciplined in nourishing your body and your mind. This includes eating right to ensure that your macronutrient and micronutrient intakes are as per recommended, and getting enough quality sleep at night. If the only means of physical activity you do in a day is taking out the trash, it's time to step up the game. The key is to choose an exercise that brings you joy. It could be running in the park, swimming, joining Pilates or kickboxing classes. A routine exercise lets the brain function effectively and helps you live longer too. Remember this, a healthy body and an alert brain will tremendously help you in your personal growth. How self-growth can change your life. Personal growth can help you in all areas of your life. I hope this helps you with your work. It can change the way you think about your work and increase your chances of getting ahead. Personal growth can help you grow emotionally and psychologically to become a more loving, compassionate and positive person. It also serves as a guide to help you notice, correct and change your mistakes and negative habits. There are many techniques to help you grow yourself, including creative visualization, repetitive speech, developing a positive mindset, and meditation. Personal development also includes counseling, coaching, and reading. A very simple and beneficial way to grow personally is to look at your actions and your life with an unbiased and open perspective. In doing so, you will know what you and your life needs to do. Reasons personal growth is important no matter your age. First, healthier relationships. Relationships with your family, children, co-workers, lovers, and even the primary relationship with yourself are the foundation of life. You can't avoid them, even when you may wish to. When your relationships are low quality, your life is low quality. Conversely, when your relationships are healthy and vibrant, you will reap the benefits in profound ways. Learning and building good relationship skills is an essential part of any personal development plan. People who consciously and deliberately build interpersonal skills experience greater satisfaction in relationships of all kinds. Second, less stress. Given the killer that stress has turned out to be, and how quickly it negatively impacts our overall quality of life, anything that reduces stress would be worth pursuing. Don't you think? By making personal development a habit, particularly with regards to stress reduction techniques such as mindfulness practices, you will be better able to identify, manage, and even eliminate key sources of stress in your life. Third, improved health. This one follows very nicely from our first two advantages above. The link between stress and health is undeniable. More stress equals more disease. Happier and healthier relationships equals less stress, and the more equipped we are to manage and reduce stress, the better our overall health becomes. The tools and teachings of personal development and self-improvement give us a better understanding of ourselves and of the world around us. The more you understand, the more equipped you become to handle whatever life throws at you. People who have learned to manage the challenges and stressor of life have fewer lifestyle-related diseases, and may enjoy a prolonged lifespan as a result. Fourth, increased productivity. The number one enemy of productivity is procrastination, and procrastination is often driven by deeper emotions. People engaged in personal growth as a lifestyle make a habit of digging deeper into these issues, thereby increasing the likelihood of arriving at meaningful solutions. The second largest enemy of productivity is, you guessed it, stress. Our increasingly hectic lives are often driven by the expectations of perfection and performance, and when stress enters the mix, our productivity drops. We spend so much of our time worrying and trying to multitask that our ability to focus and accomplish what we set out to do diminishes. Self-development techniques improve your ability to focus and manage stress, help you get at hidden emotions and motivators, and allow productivity to soar. Just imagine what life would be like if nothing stood in the way of your highest productivity. How much more would be possible for you? Fifth, enhance self-control. Self-control, that ability to regulate your emotions, thoughts and behavior in order to accomplish specific goals, is a cognitive ability that can be worked out and strengthened just as you would your muscles. When setting and working towards goals for your life, it's easy to become derailed by temptations, habits and impulses, particularly those driven by subconscious beliefs and underlying emotions. By making self-development a regular and important part of your life, you bring to light those underlying beliefs and feelings. You strengthen your self-control muscles, making it easier to build new habits and achieve short and long-term goals. Sixth, greater success. By success, we're talking about the ability to reach those markers of achievement that each individual sets for him or herself, rather than the standard markers of success, as presented by media, for example, wealth, popularity, fame or power. Though, ironically, if that's what you truly want, you're more likely to achieve it if self-development is a regular part of your lifestyle. When we look back over the advantages as listed above, it's easier to see why this is true. Healthy and supportive relationships, reduced stress and the associated improvements in health, increased productivity, and enhanced self-control all create the necessary environment for success to occur. 7. Improved peace of mind. Aside from the peace of mind that generally follows as a result of such factors as lower stress levels, experiencing better overall health, and being successful, regular self-awareness and improvement practices can generate their own feelings of greater contentment and tranquility. Mindfulness, meditation, and mind-body techniques such as yoga and qigong, when practiced regularly, can improve focus and self-awareness, which in turn helps generate peace of mind. Personal development practices also tend to increase your understanding. 8. Better parenting. Because young children and babies learn by being their parents and caregivers, it's vital that parents first and foremost work on developing and improving themselves. To be a better parent, one that can serve as a good first role model for babies and young children, you need to be willing to take a long, hard, honest look at yourself. When you spend the time on personal development and self-awareness, you are less likely to unwittingly pass along negative patterns and behaviors to your children. But you're also far less likely to fall into common parenting pitfalls such as negative reinforcement, anger, bullying, enabling, micromanaging and the like. 9. Greater resilience. According to the dictionary definition, resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from life's challenges, tragedies and difficulties. It's the psychological ability to emerge from these experiences and return to a healthy mental and emotional state. It's essentially a form of emotional flexibility. Personal development allows you to confront and work through obstacles from the inside and out. Time spent developing your emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and coping strategies will have a direct and positive impact on your level of resilience. Life will always throw us curveballs in the form of obstacles and challenges when we least expect them. Having resilience means being able to rebound quickly, returning to your natural balance, growing and learning from the experiences instead of snapping or breaking. In fact, developing greater resilience may well be the most important thing anyone can do to improve their overall life satisfaction. 10th. Greater happiness. And we finally arrive at the grand finale of advantages, happiness. If happiness truly is the journey rather than the destination, then spending the time in your daily life to develop yourself will make that journey a heck of a lot more pleasant. Imagine a life in which you enjoy good health and better relationships. A life in which you feel in control of yourself and your ability to cope well with whatever challenges come your way. A life in which you feel generally confident in your ability to succeed in your endeavors. By taking the time to work on your personal development, you are decreasing the negative impacts of stress and ill health, and you are increasing your ability to handle your life and relationships. Through self-improvement efforts, you learn to identify, heal and transform underlying beliefs, traumas and self-sabotaging behaviors and habits, all of which contributes to removing the layers of obstacles that smother our ability to experience real joy and happiness. Nature and scope of personal growth. There is beauty of all kinds in each stage of our growth. Whether we are courageously turning towards our pain or celebrating a truth that has sunk much deeper, our personal growth happens uniquely and surely through all the ins and outs of our path. All these ins and outs serve us as we move through them, empowering us along our way, giving light for the next step before us. Ins and outs such as: first, confusion. Our hungry hearts feel lost, frightened, hopeless, yet hoping. We are drawn to sort through our realities to find the answers. We feel the angst of not knowing, but we also feel that there is an answer we can find. Second, rest. To grow at one speed all the time would exhaust us. Here and there we take a breath, draw from self-compassion, be gracious with ourselves and say, it's okay. I can rest for a while and no ground will be lost. Third, anger. This surge of feeling that says, this or that is not right. It's a profound knowing that things were not as they should have been. We allow ourselves to feel ripped off. Sometimes anger gets stored up for a long time and scares us when we first let it have some space. The more we honor it, the more we will be able to understand where it comes from and we can let it pass through. Fourth, fear. Because we don't know everything. The journey is at one step at a time, into brand new territory. We don't have previous experience, so how can we know exactly what to expect? Fear is always one of the doorways at the threshold to a new phase of growth. Fifth, joy. A deep reawakening of our worth and value that we never knew before or had lost along the way. A bubbling kind of peace that feels light and deeply satisfying at the same time. That unstoppable feeling that works its way to the place between our ears and our cheeks and urges a smile. Sixth, joy. A deep reawakening of our worth and value that we never knew before or had lost along the way. A bubbling kind of peace that feels light and deeply satisfying at the same time. That unstoppable feeling that works its way to the place between our ears and our cheeks and urges a smile. Seventh, disappointment. Because nothing is ever perfect. Disappointment is something we pass through. It's normal, without letting it evolve into guilt, shame, or beating ourselves up. Disappointment can help us become more successful at getting what we really want next time. 8. Observation of ourselves, of how things worked, of how far we have come. Observation means I don't have to figure it all out at once. I can let my eyes do some work for me and let time sort out the puzzle pieces as they come into focus. 9. Action, for when we feel ready, or sometimes just before we feel ready. We put shoes on our new truth. We want to try it out, test it out, go somewhere with it. Build new and fulfilling things on our new foundation. Our new understandings on the inside take shape on the outside. Action works best from the inside out. 10th. Patience. Truth plants the seeds in our souls. Sometimes these seeds blossom quickly. Others require more time to take root and flourish. There are no rules or timelines when it comes to our growth. Each of us will own a unique story.